And hello, everyone. My name is Martin Williams, and thank you for tuning in to the Under Construction podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. You may do so on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and SoundCloud. All the links to the podcast can be found at guidedexpressions.com/podcast with an S. Today, I want to delve into day 2 of our 30-day journey through the science of getting rich. And this particular chapter is a short chapter in the book. Excuse me. If you have not downloaded the Science of Getting Rich, please do so. There are multiple places to get it for free. And I also have it on my website at guidedexpressions.com/free stuff, all together, no spaces. And you can download it there. And so I wanted to talk today about Chapter 2, which is There is a Science of Getting Rich. So basically, Wallace Wattles talks about how there is indeed a science to getting rich. And a lot of people don't really think about this because they think that, they've learned, not so much that they think it, but they've learned that money is not really a scientific thing. Like it's, you basically, you work hard and, you more or less hope for the best. That's how a lot of people were raised. And nothing could be further from the truth. And I think that's part of the reasons why we have so many folks out here struggling. I read a story a little bit earlier today about a woman who was evicted from her apartment due to the whole COVID-19 and accompanying recession. She found herself on the street, and it was really sad story to read, tough to read, especially knowing the amount of abundance that we have, not only in the world, but certainly in this country, in the United States. Why do these things keep happening? And I think part of it is people were never taught these types of principles. They were never really taught how to bring themselves to a place where they're living the type of life that they want to live and not being subject to such a thing as an eviction. You know what I mean? I'm certainly praying for her. I wish there was a GoFundMe. I certainly would have given to her and her family. But, my prayers go out, and hopefully she can get back on her feet really soon. But that's kind of the impetus behind me doing this is the reason that I brought this up. One of the reasons I'm doing this is hopefully to help somebody, to really encourage them to delve into these types of books and really learn about themselves and learn about abundance and how to really prosper in this world. And it goes beyond money, although money is certainly a big part of it. So the main takeaways from this particular chapter is that getting rich is an exact science, right? You don't have to, you don't have to play the lottery. You don't have to, hope for the best. You certainly don't have to do anything that is, that challenges your integrity or anything like that. You don't have to do any of that to have wealth, regardless of what people have told you. You don't have to do that, okay? Because there is a law of getting rich. And the whole science behind getting rich is really all about doing things in a certain way. And Wattles talks about this all throughout the book, right? When you do things in a certain way, whether on purpose or accidentally, you're going to get rich. You're going to have abundance. But if you don't do things in a certain way, you're more likely to remain poor. Okay? So we understand that causes produce effects, right? We all know the law of cause and effect. We all know that when you do certain things, more than likely, you're going to get certain results. And so really this entire book It's all about doing things in a certain way. So Waddles really goes and kind of gets repetitive, but really drives home the point that getting rich is not really a matter of where you live. It's not really a matter of who your parents were. It's not a matter of, anything that you didn't have any control over. You can't control where you grew up. You can't control who your parents were. You can't control the things that happened to you to a large degree up to the age of 18. You can't control that. But the good news is that it doesn't matter. Okay? It doesn't matter what happened to you as a child. And some of you may have had awful childhoods, right? Mine wasn't the best, but I've certainly known people that had way worse than I did. So, it has nothing to do with that. You can get rich, you can have abundance if you had the worst childhood ever, because it's all about doing things in a certain way. Okay? You can live anywhere. If you want to live by the beach, you can live by the beach. You don't have to live in New York City to be rich. Lord knows there's a lot of people in New York City that are poor, that don't have any money. And I'm not saying that in a way that I'm better than them. In no way am I saying that. I'm just saying that as a fact. There are people in New York City who struggle on a daily basis to just make ends meet. So living in New York City or living in Los Angeles or living in a big city doesn't mean that you have more opportunity, because opportunity is everywhere, especially in this day and age with the internet and social media, right? So it may be helpful to work in a business or a field that you like or matches your talents, but it's not necessary. Okay? Waddles talks about that as well. It may be helpful to work in your gift or work in your calling, the thing that you are naturally born or naturally gifted to do, but even that's not necessary. I mean, if you wanted to do something completely that you may not have a particular gifting for, you can absolutely do that if you do it in a certain way. And in the book, deeper in the book, we're going to find out what that certain way means. What does Waddles mean by a certain way? We're going to find that out, because that's very important. That's really like the central thrust of the entire book, is what is the certain way? And we're going to find that out as we go deeper into this book. So I want to invite you to come to my Facebook page. And it is facebook.com/resync. That's RESYNC, Martin. I want you to come to my Facebook page, and I want you to engage in a discussion with me about this book. I want you to talk about what this book has, taught you so far. What has this book illuminated in you up to this point? And, I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say. Please, come and, let's engage in this discussion. Let's learn from each other. And I will get to day 3 tomorrow, and we're going to talk more about opportunity. We're going to talk about the supply, the seen supply, the unseen supply, and really dive in deeper into this book. It's really exciting. I can't wait to do it. And that is all I have for this day. There is a science to getting rich. You don't have to play the lottery anymore unless you just have $5 burning a hole in your pocket. You don't have to do that. You can learn the certain way to getting to abundance and enjoy the life that you've always imagined that you could have. So again, my name is Martin Williams. Thanks so much for tuning in, and stay tuned for day 3. It's coming soon. I will talk to you later.